Hello, my fellow griefers and trolls. Eric the Plague Doctor, 981YT here. And beekos, I am back with more Elder Scrolls Online. So, in the last one, we, aggravatingly, furiously went through a maze. A giant-ass clockwork maze, but earned our citizenship here in the Clockwork City. Now, let's talk to this guy and see what he's all about.
So you're a citizen now. Well done. I heard something about a constable tossing people down sewer drains. Even in this shrine to knowledge, drooling idiots bumble their way to power. Ludicrous. Moving on. I require your services once more.
What do you need?
It's Sotha Sil. Shortly after you and I parted company, I sought him out to discuss our Daedric artifact. I fear something is askew. His habits, his diction, the timbre of his voice, they've all changed, albeit subtly.
Oh, so this is just like what was happening with, Vivec in the Morrowind DLC, which in terms of the storyline comes after this, but anyway, you think there is something wrong with him?
Initially, I dismissed it as boredom, fatigue, or even the first signs of senility. But now, after observing him at length, I can say with certainty, this is not the Sotha Sil I know. There's Daedric mischief here. We will root it out.
How do we go about doing that?
We will leverage your hard-earned citizenship to make inquiries. First, I will make it known that in light of your recent exploits, I offered to take you on as my aide, an offer you eagerly accepted.
Fine. How does me becoming your aide help us investigate Sotha Sil? Hey, Soft Piglet! I didn't think I'd see you in the stream today.
As the most powerful mage in the Brast Fortress, I find it difficult to have proper conversations with common folk. They grow silent at my approach, then whisper as I leave. An appropriate, but sadly uninformative display of deference.
So you want me to talk... So you want me to talk to the other aides?
Indeed. It's commonly understood that servants grumble about their masters, loudly, to those they consider equals. Ask them about Sotha Sil's recent behavior. I'm confident we'll find something of value tucked away in their churlish complaints.
Alright, I'll talk to the other aides.
You have questions, of course. Ask what you must. The forces at work here are cunning indeed. You should be prepared for anything.
I thought no one really knew Sotha Sil. How can you be sure something is wrong?
He is inscrutable, but he's also unflinching. Sil always moves deliberately, quietly, and one step at a time, like clockwork. I have never once seen him divert from his course. Until now.
Okay, he operates like clockwork, and he is the creator of a clockwork city. The irony in that sentence, Jesus. Sotha Sil, I'm gonna create this clockwork city, but I'm also gonna operate like clockwork.
In the short time we've been here, He has twice adjusted city patrol routes and delivered 3 revisions to the fortress charter. Trust me when I say this is unprecedented. Sotha Sil never meddles like this.
Has he made any other changes?
That's for you to discover. Don't bother speaking with members of the Congress. Varuni's faith in Sotha Sil is unbreakable. Chancellor Gascoigne resents any threat to the status quo. And Luciana, well, let's just say she's been less than helpful.
Is Proctor Luciana still insisting you leave the city?
Luciana resents my presence, but she's no fool. I go where I please, when I please. An open confrontation between us would likely leave hundreds dead. So do not trouble yourself. She will not stand in the way of our investigation.
What can you tell me about the others in Sotha Sil's circle?
Well, you've met Varuni. She's pleasant, without being vapid or boring. Then again, her doe-eyed faith in Sotha Sil turns my stomach. I find religious attachments repulsive. Thoughts on Luciana are well known. As for Gascoigne...
Who is Gascoigne?
Gascoigne serves as Chancellor. He commands respect, but suffers from the peculiar character flaw of demanding praise at all times. Adulation. A sad fixation indeed. He holds great power, but it's his petty possessions that make him dangerous. Be wary.
Okay. Well, beekos, we know what we're doing. So, Dead by Daylight's updating. And I plan on doing more today. I did a video this morning. And I'm honestly wondering if it's... because I know PC already has the new killer, but I'm wondering if it's gonna introduce the plague. Okay, this must be one of the aides we need to talk to.
You're Lord Fear's newest steward, huh? Could we talk later? If I don't finish this lamp inventory, Gascoigne will feed me to the fabricants.
Lamp inventory?
Yeah, Gascoigne must know how much I love doing paperwork. A few days ago, Sotha Sil ordered us to rip out all the lamps in here and replace them with less efficient ones. What kind of sense does that make? Who wants weaker lamps?
Weaker people. What are you doing with the old lamps?
A bunch of factotums loaded them onto a dolly and dumped them somewhere in the mechanical fundament. Hey, I know that look. If you're looking to poach a free lamp, don't bother. Gascoigne made us slag them all. And that's not even the worst part.
What's the worst part?
Half the old switches don't work with the new lamp, so we've had to manufacture new switches, and half the time the switches get installed backwards, which means we have to do it all over again. Even the factotums don't know what they're doing.
That does sound frustrating.
And don't even get me started on the lamp assembly. Sotha Sil could have turned the fabricators to make the new lamps with a flick of his finger, but he demanded that we do it instead. Do you have any idea how complex the fabricators are?
I don't, but I really have to go. Good luck. Well, that, orc certainly is a bit on the crazy side. Yet I understand her frustrations.
So you're the one Vivec tapped to be his aide in the Brass Fortress. Sorry to hear that. Provost Varuni's ancestors hail from House Telvarmi, just like Lord Fear. But honestly, they couldn't be more different.
What's it like working for Provost Varuni?
Not as bad as you might expect. She's young, youth comes with impatience, but I've never felt unfairly judged, and she's generous with her praise. Honestly, if I had the choice between serving Varuni or Sotha Sil, I'd take Varuni every time.
Sotha Sil is difficult to work with, then?
Now more than ever. I don't pretend to understand his motives, but he's never been so demanding. One example? He insists that we turn all the lights down before he enters a room. Do you have any idea how difficult that is? It's me.
Is flipping switches really that difficult?
Huh, flipping switches. That's rich. Each lamp has its own switch, and some lamps have multiple switches. And if that isn't bad enough, some switches control multiple lamps. He's a god, I know, but it shouldn't take a genius to turn on the lights.
That sounds frustrating.
Don't even get me started. Varuni might demand some obscure someone fell on the floor, but that's the worst of it. Sotha Sil exiled an auxiliary last week because she forgot to switch off a lamp.
Thanks for letting me know all that. I should get going.
Right, don't let me keep you. I can't imagine how demanding Devaith Fear must be. Better you than me, that's for sure. Keep your nose and you'll be fine. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to flip 24 switches. Again.
Oh my gosh.
Reading array corrupted. Please try again.
Okay, this must be the last person.
So you're Devaithir's new auxiliary, eh? Tough luck, friend. I've heard he's an insufferable bastard. He's not Sotha Sil. Better to be turned into a guar than to serve the clockwork god.
You don't like working for Sotha Sil?
Not anymore. In the old days, sure. He was easy to please because he was never around. These days, he changes his mind about something every night. Constant meetings, new dictums daily, adjustments to factotum patrols. It's a nightmare.
Are you sure he hasn't always been this way? You said he was never around.
Trust me, this is unprecedented. I'm afraid something's wrong with his enhancements. Like he's having trouble regulating. He's a different person, I swear. Don't tell anyone I said this, especially Gascon. Blasphemy doesn't go over well nowadays.
Blasphemy?
Yes. Speaking ill of a god never turns out well. In the old days, he'd take it in stride. Commit your small blasphemies, he'd say. The fire of doubt turned reverence to steam. But not anymore. This place is becoming more like Mournhold every day.
Sorry to hear that. I should get going.
Right. I'm sure you have plenty of work to do for Lord Fear. He's back a few days and already burying you in paperwork, no doubt. Take care of yourself, friend.
Okay, well, we got that taken care of, but I'm really hoping this new Dead by Daylight update is the Plague, which is the new map, Survivor and Killer that we're getting. I really hope it. Oh, I'm excited for it. It looks fucking awesome. I think PC already got
Were you
it.
treated well by the menials? I assume they battered you with complaints. What have you learned?
Sotha Sil is definitely, how do we say this? Behaving strangely. He's apparently made a lot of odd demands.
Yes, well, I could have told you that. That's why I sent you here after all. What kinds of demands? Be specific.
People are saying that he makes the servants darken rooms before he enters, and demanded that some lamps be replaced.
The lamps in the locutorium, yes? The large assembly room over there? The auxiliaries and factotums have been laboring in there day and night ever since we arrived. Curious. What could lights have to do with this? Well, there's only one way to find out.
I'm thinking he might have been turned into a vampire. Then again, sunlights don't really bother vampires in this game as much as they did in like Oblivion and Morrowind and the past few Elder Scrolls games. But anyway, expose him to the light?
Impressive. I assumed I'd have to explain it to you. Of course, this requires a functional lamp. I assume he ordered them destroyed. Speak to that high elf of yours, Neramo. The dark elf as well. We need one of these lamps repaired and operable.
Alright, I'll go find Neramo and Raynor. So yeah, when Dead by Daylight's done, I'm gonna go and look and see what the update did. And if it is the plague, I'm hopping on that shit straight away and doing a video. Oh, plague. I mean, Luigi, my friend Luigi thought it was gonna be a plague doctor as the new killer, which I would fucking love. But,
I hope to see you again, Assistant. Pray tell, what did Vivec Fear have to say? I fear that he and I might have gotten off to a poor start. Did he ask about me? Any mention of my many exploits?
yeah, so it's not gonna be a plague doctor. It's gonna be this chick who has something to do with plagues and stuff. I'm really curious as to what she's gonna do and stuff. She can apparently infect people. I don't know, I've just seen a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but it sounds awesome. But this new update for DBD better be the fucking plague, because I am very impatient about it. But anyway, actually, Deviath wants you and Raynor to help me with an important task.
Raynor? Surely this is something I can handle myself. Impressing Vivec Fear could greatly increase my standing in the Dwemer scholarly community. Tell me, what does Lord Fear ask of me? Us?
He wants us to build a lamp, but not just any lamp. One that's identical to the lamps removed from the Lectorium.
He just wants us to build a lamp? What an odd request. No matter. I would be happy to offer my ample expertise, provided you let Vivec Fear know that I did so. First things first. I need to study one of the lamps we're supposed to recreate.
An aide told me they tossed the old lamps into the fundament. We should start there. Okay. So, Piglet, pretty sure you're watching. So, what do you think about the plague, if you've heard anything about it? Oh my god, don't tell me we're gonna go through a labyrinth again.
Some kind of tubular housing. Probably meant to protect a glass interior? Difficult to say. A complex filament of some kind. The weaving on this fiber, it must be machine-made. I should be taking notes. Some kind of compressor. For funneling a gas, perhaps? Interesting. Look at the apertures on this. It must be some kind of modulator that changes the nature of compressors, filaments, housings, modulators. Yes! I think I understand what these discarded lights have in common.
I'm listening.
Unlike the other lamps, these compress some kind of geodic gas into metal tubes, then modulate the light to create another kind of illumination that mortal eyes cannot see. Invisible light! Remarkable! The potential applications are limitless.
So you can you recreate one of these lights?
Yes. With Rayna's assistance, I believe we can recreate this lamp without much difficulty. Of course, you'll need to procure the requisite parts. These are all broken beyond repair. What do you plan to do with this light, exactly?
We plan to use it on Sotha Sil. I'm not exactly sure as to what will happen.
You plan to do what? Oh dear. Well, this seems like a terrible idea, but I shall rely upon you and Lord Fear to protect me. Here's a list of the components I'll need. Once you've acquired them, meet me in the Hall of Refined Techniques. Good luck.
You too. Okay, so it looks like we'll be going through this place again. So fucking obnoxious. I'm wondering if it would be safe to jump down. My gut's telling me no. those are gonna prove no real value to us.
Temperature variance detected. Documented.
Wow.
Defensive maneuver collation in progress. Reflecting.
Okay, so it didn't take us long to get that. We just need this lamp tube, which we are actually really close to, shockingly. Okay. These loading screens sometimes take forever, and sometimes they don't. Alright. Onward, Buttercup, there's fuckery to spread! Well, ironically, we... Okay, well, I did not mean to do that.
Now there's the look of someone on the hunt for something specific. You've come to the right place, friend. I've got a bit of everything. What can I get you?
Do you have any lamp tubes, like the ones in the loctorium?
As a matter of fact, I acquired some of those just a few days ago. Apparently, someone's tossing out the old lighting to make way for the new. They're not easy to come by anymore, though. What's your offer? It's a bit less than I'd prefer, but if that's all you can afford, I'm a reasonable woman. We'll consider this a down payment on future business. Come see me again sometime, all right?
Goodbye. easier than expected.
Ah, you've returned! Excellent! Raynor and I have cobbled together a serviceable frame for the lamp. All we need now are the components I sent you to acquire. Were you successful?
Yes, here's everything that was on your list.
Wonderful! I'm confident this lamp will conform to the exact specifications of the lamps they removed, provided Raynor didn't make any miscalculations. So, would this be the time to inform Devaith Fear of our success? Or mine, specifically?
Yes, I'll let Devaith know we'll be ready soon.
Excellent, excellent! No need to return here, of course. Kirith should be back straight away, and I'll have her run the completed lamp over to the locutorium as soon as it's ready. See you soon, assistant!
See you soon. It's moments like this where egotism strikes me as humor.
I have many functions to help you with your purchases.
Egotism can be funny, but most of the time it's not. Characters who come across as egotistical most of the time, I don't like them, but Naramo, he just comes across more of a braggart than an egotist, even though that egotism does linger.
Ah, I was beginning to worry. Not about you, of course. These apostles have been circling me like cliff racers, looking for an autograph, no doubt. So tiresome. I take it you were successful in learning about these lights and constructing a new one?
Yes, Naramo and Raynor constructed a working lamp. Kirith will deliver it soon.
Well done. I assume you discovered the special property of these lamps. Why does my dear friend Sil go to such lengths to avoid them?
Narama believes they emit some kind of invisible light.
Visible light? Fascinating. To help with factotum navigation, perhaps? Huh. No matter. Further inquiry must wait. Now is the time for action. I will request a congressional assembly. Plant your lamp on the balcony above, then return to me.
Alright, I'll get the lamp into position on the balcony.
Did you say something about putting the lamp on the balcony? We might have a problem. Raynor and that annoying high elf finished your lamp, but there's a problem. On the way here, I overheard an aide complaining about some new security measures Sotha Sil put in place. Looks like the balcony is under heavy guard now.
So I'll have to sneak past the guards to get the lamp into position?
Looks that way, unless you want blood on your hands, of course. But that might complicate our sponsorship a smidge, yeah? Just be quick and quiet, like me. You'll be fine. Here's the lamp, good luck.
Thanks for the warning, Kirith.
The Clockwork City welcomes you.
Well, time to be all sneaky sneaky. Okay, so there were hiding spots, and I was just being the dumb. Yeet!
I convinced Sotha Sil that the Congress requires yet another lecture on the sanctity of clockwork automata. He eagerly agreed, seemed almost giddy about it. It was unsettling. Is all in readiness?
Yes, I placed the lamp. Everything is
Good.
prepared.
Sil's lecture should begin any moment now. Stand ready to activate the lamp. I'm reasonably certain that something...
Some of your number may be experimenting on my blessed factotums. I will remind you yet again. My beloved factotums serve as an extension of my divine will. Accost them, and you will...
What is that? What's happening?
Oh, there's an evil part of him.
After him! Someone seize that imposter!
I am the clockwork god. You will kneel before me. Kneel! Bless you, outsider. I will return.
Alright.
I haven't the time to discuss this, Varuni. Wittingly or unwittingly, Lord Set no longer serves the...
That was enlightening. To think I've been speaking to Sotha Sil's shadow all this time. It seems so lifelike. Far more advanced than my own, I'm sorry to say. Fascinating. It really is too bad we'll all be dead soon.
What? Dead? How?
Well, I don't mean to alarm you, but I will be frank. If an imposter sits upon the throne aligned and learns how to wield the power of this place, a cataclysm will follow. We may yet discover a way to avert this disaster, but the chances are slim.
So what do we do?
Stay with Varuni. With Sotha Sil exposed as an imposter, the Congress will fall into turmoil. In such chaos, dark truths always float to the surface. Pray they do so quickly. I have other inquiries to make. Stay vigilant. We will meet again soon.
Take care of yourself, Devar.
My dear Lord Set, what happened to you? I can scarcely believe what we just witnessed. How could this happen? How could a shadow masquerade as Lord Set? The Father of Mysteries would never let such a thing happen. There must be another explanation.
Devath Fur knew something was wrong with Sotha Sil. We had to determine the cause.
Fear, of course. Always the iconoclast. I'll bet he's snickering at us even now. It doesn't matter. I appreciate you. This has been a profoundly upsetting ordeal, but we must move forward. We must...
Seems Gascon's own.
Yes. He was acting strangely, wasn't he? He always chafed as a pretext to see things away like a broken... Curious. Too curious.
What do you suggest we do?
The real Lord Set will aid us eventually, I know it. In the meantime, we must do for ourselves. Thank you for everything you've done. It appears... Classic Gascon. Fleeing to his chain, things go poor. That news of Lord Set's condition has already made it to the streets. We have to move quickly to prevent a panic.
What can I do?
Try to talk to Gascon. He clearly doesn't care what I have to say, but he might listen to an exodromal. You remain, you know, a novelty. No offense. We can't assemble the Congress without the Chancellor.
Alright, I'll find him. Where should I look?
Check his rectory in the west wing of the Basilica. He hides in there sometimes to nurse a bruised ego or write passive-aggressive memoranda. I'll try to settle the Apostle's nerves. Honestly, my nerves could use some settling.
I'll check Gascon's rectory.
Don't let Gascon wriggle out of this. He has a duty and an obligation, as do I.
Are you alright?
What? Yes. Yes, I'll be fine. This makes no sense.
What makes no sense?
I don't understand how a shadow could take Lord Set's place. Maybe this is some sort... But why test us? The Clockwork Apostles haven't strayed. We build and pray and experiment just as the holy texts dictate.
You don't think it's possible that Sotha Sil could be compromised?
Compromised? You make it sound as if Lord Set suffers some kind of defect, like a crimped duct or a stripped bolt or something. We're talking about a divine being. Gods can't be compromised. They exist without flaws. Right?
It might not be that simple.
Do you know what the sermons say? Complexity belies the truth. The world rests on simple principles. Set is the truth and the light. Understand the simple, and you understand the obscure. I do appreciate your candor. Let's pick this up again later.
Well, beekos, it looks like we'll be knowing what we'll be doing in the next one, that's for sure. Okay, let's take our skills and our skill point and put that into something. We're gonna use two-handed, so. Okay, so we don't need to worry about our werewolf since I have that entirely maxed out, as you can see. Okay. There we go. Well, we'll be going and searching Gaston's rectory in the next one, but I am actually gonna, after this, hop on and do some Skyrim. So, until then, beekos, this has been Eric the Plague Doctor, 981YT, and I will see all of you in the next one. Bye!